Admiral Sarah Chen stood before the Galactic Security Council, her weathered hands clasped behind her back as alien dignitaries whispered among themselves. The translucent blue forms of the ethereal collective flickered with what she had learned to recognize as amusement. The crystalline representatives of the Shard dynasty chimed in harmonious mockery. Kinetic weapons? High Arbiter Zixthal's voice resonated through the chamber's neural interface. Primitive projectiles hurled through space? This is what humanity offers to defend against the Devourers? Chen's jaw tightened. For 3 months, the galaxy had trembled as the Devourer swarms consumed entire star systems, their biomechanical ships stripping worlds bare before moving on like cosmic locusts. Every advanced civilization had thrown their most sophisticated technology at them. Plasma cannons that bent reality, quantum disruptors that unraveled matter at the subatomic level, weapons that folded space-time itself. All had failed. With respect, High Arbiter, Chen replied, her voice steady, despite the weight of countless lives hanging in the balance. Our primitive weapons have served us well for millennia. The Shard dynasty's representative, a towering figure of living crystal named Resonance of Ancient Wars, chimed dismissively. Your species still relies on chemical propulsion and metal projectiles. The Devourers have consumed races with technology spanning galactic clusters. What could your crude implements possibly accomplish? Chen pulled up a holographic display showing Earth's orbital defense platforms. The massive railgun arrays stretched for kilometers, their magnetic coils gleaming like sleeping serpents in the void. Sometimes, High Arbiter, the oldest solutions are the most effective. Impossible, scoffed Zixthal. The Devourer ships are protected by adaptive shields that learn from each attack. Energy weapons become useless after the first strike. Even our most exotic weaponry fails within moments. Then perhaps, Chen said quietly, it's time to try something they can't adapt to. The chamber erupted in alien laughter, a sound like breaking crystal and harmonizing frequencies that made human ears ache. Chen waited for the noise to subside, her expression unchanged. You may laugh, she continued, but consider this. Every weapon you've described operates on complex principles. Exotic particles, manipulated energy states, dimensional folding. All of these can be analyzed, understood, and countered. She gestured to the railgun arrays. But you cannot adapt to 2 kilograms of tungsten carbide, traveling at 3% the speed of light. The ethereal collective's primary consciousness, a shimmering form called the thought that binds, pulsed with condescension. Crude matter cannot penetrate their defenses. We have tried conventional projectiles. Have you tried them at relativistic speeds? Chen asked. Have you tried 2,000 of them fired simultaneously from different vectors? Silence fell over the chamber as alien minds processed the implications. Before anyone could respond, emergency klaxons began wailing. The chamber's central display flickered to life, showing the outer rim of the galaxy where a Devourer fleet had just emerged from whatever dark space they called home. They're heading for the Sanctuary Worlds, announced the Council's AI. Estimated time to arrival, 14 hours. Zixthal's form flickered with panic. The Sanctuary Worlds house 3 billion refugees from consumed systems. We must evacuate. There's no time, Chen interrupted. She was already activating her command codes, linking to Earth's defense network across thousands of light years. But there's another option. She turned to address the Council directly. 40 years ago, when humanity first reached the stars, we discovered something in the void between galaxies. Ancient ships, impossibly old, drifting dead in the cosmic deep. We called them the Ghost Fleet. The aliens exchanged uncertain communications. The Ghost Fleet was legend. Derelict vessels from a civilization that had vanished eons before any current species had achieved sentience. The fleet still drifts there, Chen continued, her fingers dancing across holographic controls. 1,756 ships, each the size of a moon. Dead but intact. We've been studying them. She activated another display. Throughout the chamber, gasps and shocked harmonics filled the air as they saw it. Earth's railgun platforms, all 1,400 of them, rotating to align with precise coordinates in empty space. You see, Chen explained, her voice taking on a dangerous edge, we learned something important about those ancient ships. They're not as dead as everyone thinks. They're sleeping, and we discovered how to wake them. The first railgun fired. The tungsten projectile raced through space at impossible speeds. its passage bending light around it as it approached relativistic velocity. It traveled for 7 minutes and 33 seconds before striking its target, a seemingly empty patch of space between galaxies. The impact was precise, surgical. The projectile struck an ancient crystalline node buried deep within the hull of the lead ghost ship. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the ship's lights began to flicker. One by one, across the vast, dead fleet, ancient engines stirred to life. Biomechanical systems that had slumbered for millions of years awakened with terrible purpose. The ghost fleet had been waiting for someone to call them back to war. Impossible, whispered resonance of ancient wars. The ghost fleet has been dead for exactly as long as the Devourers have been sleeping. Chen finished. We ran the calculations, matched the timelines. The ghost fleet isn't a collection of random derelicts, it's a weapon. A weapon left behind by whoever drove the Devourers into hibernation the last time they threatened the galaxy. Across space, the awakened fleet began to move. 1,700 ships, each powered by technology beyond any current understanding, turned toward the approaching Devourer swarm. The Galactic Council watched in stunned silence as humanity's primitive railgun had done what all their advanced weaponry could not. It had given the galaxy hope. Sometimes, Chen said softly, watching as the ghost fleet accelerated toward its ancient enemy. The key to tomorrow's war is understanding yesterday's victory. The Devourers would find no easy prey at the sanctuary worlds. They would find something far worse, the awakened guardians of the galaxy, called back to duty by the steady hand of humanity and the simple physics of tungsten carbide traveling very, very fast. The council had stopped laughing.